All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to True Crime Loser. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to talk about the Seminole Heights serial killer. So, we are headed back down to, you guessed it, Florida. And on October 9th, 2017, a nice, promising college student, Benjamin Mitchell, is gunned down waiting for a bus. Just waiting for a bus. Can't a guy wait for a bus anymore? So he's gunned down. The cops are like, oh, crap. All right, this sucks. Then, a time later, right around the corner, same area, same neighborhood, Monica Hoffa gets shot. Same thing, same caliber gun. She was alone, gunned down for apparently no reason. And so now the police are thinking, all right, we may have a serial shooter type situation on our hands. And the police presence and resources are heightened because you got to find this guy. Everyone in the neighborhood is becoming terrified. There's a feeling of this is happening for no reason. They were both just waiting for a bus. What's going on? Then a time later, Anthony Nyboa is shot and killed. A nice autistic man that was just walking home from work, just trying to get home to sit in front of his TV chair to watch a little something, just relax after a hard day work. And so he's murdered. And now it switched over to we have a serial killer in Seminole Heights. And now, as you can imagine, no one wants to walk anywhere alone. Everybody's totally freaked out. They're interviewing little old ladies on their porch, being like, nothing has ever happened like this in Seminole Heights. They show footage of McDonald's play areas that are just packed because everybody is playing inside. It's just the whole community is on edge thinking, we have to get this guy. There can't be a chance that you get murdered for just walking on a nice sunny day. It's just not fair. And so law enforcement resources, the FBI's there, they're going door to door. Well, they get some footage. They get some footage of a young looking athletic man walking towards where one of the incidents happened. And then after the shooting, the same man you can see is running away. And then another footage, same thing with a hood on. And then another chunk of footage they have is the same person walking around this area, kind of flipping this phone in a unique way. So it turns into a Delphi situation where the police are saying, everybody look at his walk, look at the way he flips the phone. It's very unique the way he flips the phone. Do you work with somebody that flips their phone like that? Someone has got to know this guy. The feeling was that he lives in the area because that's where it was happening. And so everyone's looking at the footage, trying to figure it out, freaking out, terrified. Everybody's playing inside. They interview this one guy that has a handgun and he's standing in his living room and he's like, I got my gun out of the safe. Now's the time. I got to protect my family. And you can't blame the guy. So the whole community is just turned upside down by this. Well, then James Felton, a middle-aged man on his way to feed the homeless, is shot and killed. On his way to feed the homeless? Doesn't it always seem like the person killed is just the nicest person on the way to feed the homeless? You never hear of just like, some asshole on his way to steal something was killed. It's always just the best people possible, it seems like. So James Felton, on his way to help feed the homeless, is gunned down. And as you can imagine, the fear and the helplessness feeling and everything is raised another level, and everybody's freaking out. Well, now they get a break. A McDonald's employee who was in one interview was saying that one of her employees, everybody at the McDonald's gets along and has fun and really keeps a good attitude through their shifts and sings and jokes. But there was one employee that was always very standoffish, and I'm not positive what this transaction was, but one of this kind of the standoffish employee gives this employee that ended up calling the cops a bag for some reason. And so she's looking in this bag that I don't know, he said, like I said, I don't really know why the bag was given, but she's looking in this bag and for whatever she was looking for, and she finds a gun in it. So she's sitting there looking at this gun in the McDonald's in a bag. And she has the thought of, okay, there's this shooter situation happening, and I'm sitting here looking at this gun. That's enough for at least a police tip, right? So she calls the cops and says, I don't know if this is anything, it might not be, but I'm sitting here in a Walmart looking at this gun in a bag, and the employees kind of standoffish, and I don't know. And the cops say, okay, and they swarm this McDonald's, get the gun, it's the same caliber, and they arrest. This is 51 days after the first poor Benjamin Mitchell was killed. So 51 days of total fear and horror and terror. And the police arrest Howell Emanuel Donaldson III. So Howell Donaldson is arrested. And he looks very similar to the footage. He was a college athlete, and you can tell even by people's walks and the way they run, if they're athletic, they don't run like a duck, like people that aren't athletic. And so he looked the part, he was athletic, the gun checked out, cell phone records were pulled that put him in the area of all four of the murders when they happened. So the evidence is pretty good. The one thing is a little bit strange to me is the whole give the murder weapon in this bag. I'm thinking, did he mean to do that? Was it just a stupid mistake? Or was he trying to get rid of the murder weapon somehow? I don't know. Maybe it'll come out. But anyway, so he's arrested. And he is interrogated for 4 hours. Unfortunately, the interrogation footage isn't online for us to watch, but little clips are in some of the news stories and so they ask him, do you know why you're in here? And he says, or they ask him, do you know what's going on? And he says, there's some sort of serial killer situation happening. And they're asking him about the gun. And eventually, after 4 hours, not sure what was said during it, but he asked for a lawyer. And so the gun comes out a match, cell phone records come out a match, so the evidence is looking pretty good against him. The judge wants his parents to, I don't know if it testify is the right word, but the judge wants the parents to speak about their son and the case, and a lawyer that I watched predicted that is because the death penalty will definitely be on the table in this case. 4 innocent people going down for absolutely no reason. The death penalty is going to be there. And so the judge wants the parents to explain, is there a mental problem? Is there something that happened during that time that made him psychotic break? Is there any reason, essentially, that we should take the death penalty off the table? Because if he's just a normal person, there's no excuses. They refuse to participate and could possibly, or maybe it's resolved at this point, but I watched a thing that they could possibly receive jail time for, I don't know, not helping out. And there is a jailhouse conversation between him and his parents online. If I remember, I'll link it in the description, where his parents seem very nice, similar to Casey Anthony's parents, where they're sitting there. You almost got a feel for him, because if he is found guilty, he hasn't had his day in court yet, but they're going through some hell because of this kid, and he's going there. You would not believe, this is the guy arrested, he's saying, you would not believe how much control they have over me in here. It is awful. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's what it is. What did you expect? You didn't think you were going to have some nice freedom day in there? Hey, this is great. I'm having a ball. So he's saying that they're killing him in there and that they're treating him awful. And then one of the most recent things that's happened in the case is he went before the judge and said, I'm a college athlete and I can barely stand right now. There's something wrong with me physically. I'm sick or something. I'm being sick in jail. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to last in jail. I really don't. He said, I'm 25, 6 years old, and I'm feel like I'm a 90-year-old man. Something's happening to me in jail. And the judge is like, all right, well, we'll have a doctor look at you, but I think you're fine. And the trial is happening. So with the information that is out, it looks like it's going to be pretty quick. Murder weapon that matches, cell phone records, security camera footage. I don't know. But maybe there'll be something that comes out that will change everything. But I just wanted to keep everyone up to date on that. We'll see how the trial works out. I did want to say that I did post a video yesterday. So if you didn't see that, check that out. It's on Mount Everest and how people are dying standing in line for nowhere. So check that out if you didn't see it on Sunday. And I hope you're having a good start to the week. I'm going to cut it off there. Why? Stavin' why? Shamita.